Oh, we're live?
Ooh.
Okay, I see 2, right? No, I'm just blind. It says 3. No, I'm talking about the connections.
You're talking about
The connections. The connections, Morgan. The connections are first. Viewers are second.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Connections.
Little Wi-Fi bars there.
Of course.
No, 3 out of 3 now. But we have 0 viewers, so that's typical. But since it's 7 o'clock, I got to start this thing because Allison don't know the intro. So, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talking Tech. Today, we're going to be talking about random news about tech and things, maybe some pop culture mixed in there a little bit. And as you can tell, there's someone next to me that you have never seen before, probably.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Allison. I work as their video producer and a page for the Madison Public Library. I'm one of the newer ones in this studio.
Yep. And then you all know me. I've been here for every single one besides I think 1 or 2. But I am Charley, the Guiding Ohio Online Learning Coach here at the Madison Public Library. And today, what do you want to start off with? Do you want to start off with a story or do you want me to start off with a story?
I start off with a story. Okay.
All right.
Recently, I'm sure we've all heard, NASA has released their new James Webb Telescope, and they showed us pictures of the Carina Nebula, which was 7 light years away, or tall. It was actually 7 light years tall in that picture, and 7,600 light years away from where it was. I thought that was pretty cool because it was. I'm a big space person. Yeah.
Space pictures. Now, see, if Sean were here, he would be going nuts over that too, probably.
It's
that
really
would be
cool.
That would be his number 1 story, or maybe his middle story,
or
something like that. But yeah, it's definitely impressive in how telescopes are going.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've seen memes of, this is a telescope, and then this is like a 10 foot away from a security camera.
Oh yeah.
The pixel difference. It's hilarious.
It's nuts.
Yeah, something 7 million light years away, and then and then 10 feet away from a security camera. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's definitely super impressive. I've seen some of the pictures too. They're quite amazing. All right, now kind of moving from space to right here on solid ground, I'm going to talk about GM announces plans to build a coast-to-coast network of 2,000 EV chargers at truck stops. Specifically, those truck stops are going to be Pilot Flying J truck stops. And so I'm gonna assume that these are going to be kind of like mix match Pilot Flying J spots, main interstates, freeways, all that kind of stuff. But they are going to be managed by EV charging company EVgo, which I think those were the ones I think Sean was talking about a few months ago, that wants to do the drop the battery and swap it and put a new battery in sort of thing. I've heard of that system before. But their GM's willing to spend up to $750 million in total on EV charging infrastructure, because they are also building their Hummer and everything else, and they're doing their Chevy EV things and stuff coming on soon. So it's going to be very interesting. And also they'd have the DeLorean coming out at some point too. So it'll be interesting to see how this EV infrastructure kind of takes off, because I know Tesla has been doing okay at doing the EV chargers kind of everywhere, but I know I've seen them starting to pop up like Mayfield Heights areas and stuff like that, like by Micro Center. They have an EV charger station in there, which I don't know if it works right now or not. I know they were setting it up. But
do they have one in the gas station, or not gas station, car wash that was just put in?
They do not, from what I remember. I know that they have a vacuum thing that kind of looks like an EV charger station, but it's not an EV charger station. I didn't get a good look at it, so I thought it was. I know you drive past it, you don't really look at it too much. It's all good. So you got anything else? Got another one? Got another story?
Morgan, do you have a story you want to? No.
No. Yeah, it's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Morgan does not like to speak. She is the one behind the camera currently running the video feed, and we appreciate her being here. Or there'd be no one behind the camera mixing audio and all that cool stuff. So appreciate Morgan for being here anyway. Technically, when she probably wasn't supposed to be here. But besides that point, what else you got, Allison?
Also, if you are watching this through Twitch, you should know that TwitchCon is going to happen in a couple days in Amsterdam, and there's going to be another one in October in San Diego. If that's something that you're interested in, I would love to make it to a TwitchCon one day, personally.
So that's
we need to pick up Morgan.
We need a pick of Morgan.
Okay.
Morgan wants a pick of Morgan.
Yes.
Oh wait.
Is she making a cameo?
Is Morgan's gonna make a quick cameo real quick?
It's Morgan.
See, look here. See, here you go, Morgan.
It's Morgan.
That's Morgan.
We love Morgan.
See, look at that. See, look, that was your first look at Morgan. Maybe Morgan will become a little bit more on camera than what she is right now. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay, Morgan. You'll be camera shy for a while, I think. It's okay. But yeah.
Yes.
So
Super cool.
two total TwitchCons.
Yes, and this year, and a lot of really, really cool creators are going to be there. So definitely, I'd say invest in it. Possibly. If
Morgan says hi, Morgan.
Yes, I think she. Yeah.
I know she can see it, but
yes.
But like, I think it's kind of cool that like a lot of these big conventions and stuff are slowly coming together, like the Crunchy Expo for Crunchyroll, which is like an anime expo that was just going on like not even a few weeks ago. Yeah. It was actually it became overcrowded because they didn't manage their tickets very well, and they had that issue. Then like PAX has come back. They did it a month or so ago. E3 has announced that it's coming back next year. So video games again coming back to the mainstream in convention where you can actually try the demos and not actually sit there and say, oh, that looks like a cool game on stream, and then you're like, how am I supposed to even try it?
What am I
like what am I gonna do? How can I do this?
Exactly.
But actually E3 is supposed to be managed by the organization that does PAX, so it's going to be a little bit different of an infrastructure than what you're typically used to at an E3 convention. Yes. So E3 goers that are currently watching, which I doubt, be warned. It's going to be like PAX, which is going to be great because, E3 was kind of going on its way out before this whole situation went down. But still exciting no matter what else. Yes. No matter what else goes on. So kind of moving on to somewhat of a video game talk about. Oh, wait, did you have this story written down? Did you want to do this one?
No,
you want me to do it?
I did not know
about
this one.
All right. So Nintendo has acquired an actual animation studio. So what I mean by animation studio is that they'll be making animations and movies and all this kind of stuff through this company. So they actually got Dynamo Pictures. Dynamo Pictures has done, a few things of motion capture work for games like Death Stranding, Persona 5, and some other things that Nintendo did, like Metroid Other M and things like that. So they're mainly motion capture company, but it's still a huge move from Nintendo trying to get into the whole market for this kind of work. Because I know, like, now that, now we're kind of talking about the movie industry and Nintendo. I mean, the Super Mario movie's coming out in March? I think they moved it to. I don't remember. It's supposed to be like sometime early next year or something like that, I think. But I mean, we saw like Detective Pikachu. That was the first Nintendo video game movie we've seen in a while. After the Super Mario Bros. Movie in the 90s, right? I think.
I've not watched.
Yeah, the 1993 live action Super Mario Bros. Movie, yes. And then Detective Pikachu in 2019. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting to see more and more video game companies start to get into it. Like Sega's been doing pretty well with the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, the live action ones. Personally, love those movies.
Big fan.
Yes. Now, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I'll hopefully see it do well. Yes. Hopefully. I mean, the 1993 one was okay. But it's definitely not what I expected from a Super Mario Bros. Movie.
I'm expecting Chris Pratt to carry, because he's
Chris Pratt or Charley Day to carry. Because Charley Day is Luigi. I want to see Charley Day go absolutely insane with Luigi.
That would be
somehow.
That would be
I want to see him go off. It's going to be amazing.
I really don't know what I'm expecting.
I don't know either.
I'm a little nervous.
The cast is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it'll kind of end it there, that the cast will be interesting. We'll just have to see how Illumination does with it, because, they made Minions.
Minions, yes.
Secret Life of Pets. Despicable
the
Me.
Sing movies, I'm pretty sure.
All that kind of stuff. So they do pretty good, but we'll see how this all turns out at some point. So, Allison, you got anything else?
I had probably also a really big topic that's been talked about a lot. Twitter suing Elon Musk. Definitely, I was reading into it a bit, and it did catch my eye a tiny bit. Musk said that it didn't fit his personal interests anymore, and he tweeted a response to kind of Twitter saying that, hey, we're going to sue you. He tweeted out, "Oh, the irony, LOL," which kind of made me chuckle because he's tweeting out about Twitter suing him, which is, I don't know.
If you've seen some of Elon Musk's tweets,
diabolical.
He is a madman at the Twitter text
menace
and everything else.
I
mean, I feel like it's kind of a funny turnaround. It's like he was like, "Nah, I'm just not interested. Don't worry about it." And then Twitter's like, "No, you will buy us."
It was $44 billion agreement. So that's Twitter's not happy about it.
I mean, Twitter wasn't happy about it before, and now Twitter's not happy about it because he didn't go through with it. It's kind of a interesting, how do I say, turnaround of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just kind of like it's kind of just an odd situation. Yeah. Though I will love to see how this plays out, because if he actually gets Twitter, this could be interesting for social media in the rest of the future.
That is true.
I mean, we'll see. It'll be very interesting. I mean, he already said if he doesn't get it, he's going to make his own social media, I think. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. I'm nervous about that, though, because
it's going to be like
Musk.
No, it's not Musk. It's something I can't remember. Debacle or something like that.
What?
I don't remember. It was something. It was some weird name that I read. I saw the story before, but I don't know if it was true or not. I don't remember. It'll probably be a comment in here somewhere at some point.
I hope that's wrong.
Also, don't forget that this stream is also meant for tech questions. So if you have any questions about certain things along the lines of technology, and not that my cat swallowed something, please help. That I can't help with those things. I'm no medical professional for animals. Sorry. I only do slight computer help over the camera. All right. Cool. We kind of got that over with.
Yes.
So now that what were we talking about?
We were talking about Musk and
Twitter.
Twitter.
Right. Musk and Twitter. That's right. You know what other controversy is getting stirred lately? BMW.
Oh.
All right. BMW, the motor car company that we all know and love for their fantastic drivers, is now charging $18 a month for what do you think they're charging $18 a month for? What do you think they're charging $18 a month for?
I really don't want to know.
Heated seats.
Oh, okay.
Now, I mean, maybe some people that own these cars, they may have the extra cash to spend on stuff like this, but some of them they don't. I mean, like, I know there's some people like my age that own these cars, like not the new ones, but the older ones. And I'm like, I don't know if we'd be able to charge the $18 a month for that.
It's like Apple when they give you like products and they're like, I have Apple products, they're lovely, but it's like you can't get the charger with the phone. You have to buy the charger separately. And that's kind of
it's been getting about as bad as with Androids too. Some of them don't come with chargers; they only come with a cable, or they don't come with it at all, and you have to buy the whole cable combo and all that kind of stuff. It's getting insane out there for what they want for subscriptions nowadays.
Oh yeah.
But it's showing here like all of these things, like the safety camera or the driving assistant. So like the hands-free, like driving assistant for like just staying in your lane, that kind of thing. Yeah, front heat seating, it's €15, but if you transfer that over, it's about $18-ish or something like that. High beam assistant, so like the auto lights.
Oh my god.
That's Iconic Sound Sport. I think that's like the sound that kind of stops the sound from the outside coming in.
Okay.
Map update package.
Great.
which is 79 euro. That's like
euros. Oh,
that's like 80, 83, 85 something dollars in American, something like that. Online entertainment voucher and service inclusive. Okay.
basically,
Those are just all the services that
Yeah.
BMW is now turning into a subscription service. And I'm sure other automakers are going to follow. I think there's already talk that things like Cadillac and like your more of your luxury sided vehicles are going to start going to some form of subscription service for things, which I don't understand. But you know, you're basically it's either you buy the high end model and then you have to pay on top of that high end model, or two, you buy the standard casual car and you just don't deal with any of those features.
Yep.
Even though most of those cars come with those features built in anymore. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a car nowadays that doesn't have a version of a heated seat or something nowadays. I mean, okay, there's some, but I'm saying like the new stuff, like the new stuff that's rolling off the assembly line like right now. Like I don't think I've seen like one or two, at least the ones I've been in, like not come with some form of heated seat or something. Like it's gonna start getting very crazy and very expensive at some point, I think. But you know, I want to see how this goes because it's basically paying for Sirius XM.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
right?
think about, yeah.
Because you're paying for an extra radio, basically, is what it is. But nonetheless, I think it's going to be an interesting way of getting people to get their cars. Because I don't know if this will now deter people from trying to buy a car, or if it will want them to buy a car. Because I don't know how that will go. But enough rambling about BMW and their subscription service. What do you have, Allison?
I found this story really cool. It was an English teacher that bought Xboxes, Nintendo Switches, and PS5s. Notice all of those are plural for her classroom. She said that they're teaching a video game as literature class, and they're turning like Minecraft is an example that they gave in the article. They're turning it into like, how can you like kind of just make it into like, oh, team working skills, like how can you kind of just make it
there is a Minecraft Education Edition.
There is Minecraft Education Edition, but they're making it actually into Minecraft. Yes.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Minecraft. Thank you, Joe. Very cool.
They're making it into more of like they're going to form stories off of it. And so basically lore, but just in a classroom, which is kind of
the video game lore classroom.
Video game lore class. It's very
jumping into the Kingdom Hearts lore in that class.
If
you don't understand Kingdom Hearts lore, is very impossible to understand at some points. I know that I have friends out there that probably are like, oh, it's super easy. I just got to tell you after 7 hours of speaking about the lore. We're not going to go into that.
No.
But there are some video game lores that will be talked about for an entire class semester, probably.
It's going to take more than a semester.
I mean, I think they're going to go with more like maybe like The Last of Us.
Probably.
Maybe like the Walking Dead, maybe.
Walking Dead.
You know, like the stories that are kind of already drawn out and finished sort of thing. That's what I'm thinking.
I also think
I would hope.
not so much just their video game lore, but I think also they're going to, as they're playing the game and building their own, they're going to create their own stories off of it too.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like
it's like an SMP of some sort, you know, like people that get together and do like Minecraft roleplay. It's gonna be like that, but in a classroom.
Okay.
And they're gonna English literature.
So like slight story, fun kind of thing, like back and forth. But there's some learning involved. So I would say instead of the fun, it would be the learning, going back, writing story. You know, that kind of thing. Like going back and forth.
I definitely don't think it's just going to be a bunch of kids sitting in front of screens for an entire like block or whatever.
That'd be kind of funny to watch.
That would be very funny to watch.
I mean, it's no better than me at a LAN party at the high school, sitting in front of a projector screen playing a fighting game with a bunch of friends. So, you know, there's a little bit of a difference. You're learning and not having fun sometimes, but you know, we'll see what that fun turns into. Oh, let's see. What do I have on my dock it over here. I don't know. Since we're talking about fun stuff, so we all know Lego for their creativity and making Lego sets, right? Like we've recently seen Lego Optimus Prime that fully transforms without having to take it apart and put it back together. It folds and folds back in to the truck or the robot. It's kind of awesome. So now they're building a Lego Bowser. Full-size Lego Bowser, all the details that you would think of all wrapped into a Lego set, and it looks really awesome. Oh.
Hello.
Someone said hi to Allison.
Hello.
And I think I know who that person would be.
I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder who it is. But yeah, so now I'm hoping at some point they'll do a full model Luigi and Mario. I want that so bad. But they've been doing like the Mario sets recently, like the Super Mario, like you have like the little QR code scanner on the bottom of Mario, you see run around. Actually, I have the TV, the NES set, and on the top of the TV there is a little QR code that it's supposed to scan and play like the classic Mario music.
Okay, that's
kind of cool, but I don't have the Mario to do it, and I don't want to buy the beginner set to do it. I kind of just want to find the Mario and use it that way. But besides the point, I wouldn't be surprised if there's an integration of that in here somewhere, because it's still under the Super Mario line of Lego, but I think it's going to be interesting. It's a 2,800 piece set, so it's going to be, oh gosh, but it's expensive. You want to know how much it is?
I would love to know. Oh.
Yeah, Allison sees it. It's a good old whopping $270 for this bad boy.
Oh, okay.
And it's not releasing until October 1st of this year. So if you are a Lego / Mario nut and you really want to build a big old Bowser, go for it, buddy.
You go.
Go for it.
I believe
it's going to be awesome. Even though I may be the one that buys it at some point too, but I don't think I'm wasting $300 on a Lego set. Anyway, what else? Do you have anything, or you want me to go with another one?
Do another one real quick.
Do another one?
Yes.
I think I'm going to also talk about another toy
thing
going on. So, Hasbro recently has announced that you can put your own face on an action figure. Imagine my face on an action figure. Allison's face on an action figure, Morgan's face on an action figure, Sean's face on an action figure, or even Joe's face on an action. Actually, that'd be fun. That'd be cool to see Joe's face. Joe's face on an action figure. I think that'd be kind of fun.
We could probably do that.
Yeah. So you actually get to choose from a set of multiple different franchises. So like you can do Power Rangers, Star Wars, or I think G.I. Joe as well. Let's see. I'm trying to find the list. They had a list of all of them. That's somewhere. But basically all they do is that you take a picture of your face, you send it to Hasbro. They 3D model your face from that picture, and then they slap it on a action figure.
Awesome.
So you can have yourself as the Red Ranger if you wanted to.
I could be the Red Ranger.
Yes, you could be.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Now, I don't know how they would do like the hair. I would think you have to choose from a certain like set of hair styles and stuff.
It's probably like when you make like an avatar on like Snapchat or something. How they have
there's
you
like set styles of things. Now, it would be cool if you could put a helmet on yourself too, but I don't know if you can. It looks like most of these don't have helmets, but I could be completely wrong as well.
You never know.
But if you want to do that, it's $60. You send it to Hasbro. You get to choose whatever you want. Maybe I don't know how the whole process works. I've been wanting to look into it, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I mean, a fully customizable figure with your face on it. I mean, kind of weird, but cool at the same time.
If you're really that self-obsessed,
I guess, yeah, for the most part. I mean, it'd be funny to walk into someone's house and see like their collection of Power Rangers, and it's just like they all have that person's face.
One face, the same.
And actually, I'm getting chills now. I shouldn't have said that. I chilled myself from that. Ugh.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still cool.
It's cool, but in that sense, that was. I don't like the thought of people having shrines of action figures with their
of
face
themselves
on them, yeah.
or other like their friends' faces. Oh, that would
Their
be even
friends'
weirder.
faces.
That'd be weirder.
You just keep like spiraling.
I
into
just make this
weird,
worse.
like,
I'm just gonna move on to something else real quick. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. Sega. So we all know that Sega has come out with like the retro consoles for like the Genesis and all that kind of stuff. They're coming out with a second one, a second Genesis Mini.
Oh.
Coming out in October, which it still has the integration of you can put your own games in and all that kind of stuff too. So like if you have old Sega Genesis games and things, you're able to pop it right in, just play it on out. But the only thing is, it's $103.80 on Amazon.
80 cents.
Yeah, I have to add the 80 cents. But Amazon's also charging another $22 to ship it to you because they're importing it from Japan. Because I guess this is also a Japanese exclusive whole thing, whatever it be. But, you know, everyone wants those things from Japan, man. I tell you.
Yeah.
It's crazy on how much I see people like buy stuff from Japan, and I'm just like, you spent how much money to get that imported?
Well, but if it's cool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's some cool
them.
collectibles you can only get from over there, but people are buying like food and stuff from over there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, could you like wait just a little bit? Maybe it comes over here. You find it at like a international store or something.
Yeah.
Like maybe you'll have that one-off chance that you find it sometime. But I guess I understand. There's some interesting things over there. But I mean, this is going to be like the typical little retro console. It has built-in games to it. Probably, I'm going to assume, since it's a Sega one, it's going to be like Sonic, your Outrun, your Afterburner, and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be kind of cool. I don't know if I'll purchase one myself, but I mean, it'll still be kind of cool to see if it goes crazy over here. I mean, retro consoles are okay, but I feel like they don't work as well as the original.
That's fair.
I hate to say it. But I had to.
Yes. And along with Japanese there's a Pokemon VR fossil museum. It's a virtual reality experience where it's a natural history museum in Japan where they will take you through like what fossils would look like or what Pokemon would look like fossilized, I guess, and then it'll also show you like actual like real fossils and kind of compare them. It was interesting. I think it was because it showed, I think, for anyone that like understands, like there was, I'm pretty sure just it'll give you.
If Morgan doesn't mind swapping, if my camera or if my screen cam is working, I don't know if it is or not. It should be whatever the HDMI is plugged into. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's like HDMI. Yeah, it might be that one. That one? So you see my screen and everything. You see the dinosaur. All right. So as you can see, there's the Pokemon fossil on the left. On the right is an actual real life dinosaur that was probably based off of. I'm not gonna say yes or no to that, but I mean that's kind of awesome.
That's really cool.
I really like that. But I mean, just seeing some of this stuff as someone that played the games before and has seen some of these in game and everything, it's kind of cool to like. It would be cool to actually walk up to that and actually like tour it. I mean, I've seen the real life Minecraft experience. I think they also have somewhere. I have not. I've only seen videos and things of it.
I've seen the videos. I think it would
still be. I think it would still be pretty cool to go out and see at some point.
That would be definitely very cool to see.
I think it would be very awesome. All right, you can go ahead and go back to the camera. Oh, you're already back. Awesome.
Sweet.
So, moving on from the Pokemon Fossil Museum from before, we're going to kind of go on to how Amazon's kind of turning, EV sort of thing, but they're using cargo bikes. They look like mini trucks in the UK. So they're taking basically, your typical bicycle, turning it into like one of those like ice cream bicycles, but with like a huge storage container.
Yup.
Yeah.
It looks really.
Yeah, it looks interesting. But this is so far only being done in the UK, as they have a higher population density.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have like bike lanes for everything compared to here in the US, where some small towns don't have those at all. And there's cities that, would be interesting to see how that goes. But I think it would still be a cool idea. I mean, they're still trying their whole drone flight kind of thing. But
I did see they're making bigger ones too.
Well, they're making bigger ones for bigger and heavier packages, but they're still going to use some trucks and things for. I mean, they're still going to have to do like a truck from wherever their warehouse is to certain spots, because I don't think a drone would be able to fly like to the middle of nowhere and drop a package and make it back. I mean, not to say that they can't do it at some point, but I don't think the technology's there for that yet.
Not quite yet, no.
Yeah, but basically the whole intention for this bike is to help Amazon achieve its climate goal to have 50% of its deliveries be carbon neutral by 2030. As the, ever slowly global warming thing is happening and such. Yes. But I mean, there's a lot of places going to EVs, which I will talk about another one in a little bit probably. But Amazon's not the only one kind of going towards the EVs for deliveries. I mean, Domino's, I think, is talking about an EV at some point. Where else was I've read a few of them. Well, Walmart was the one I was going to talk about. There's a few other companies going to EVs. Oh, FedEx actually put in something for EV trucks for more of their city-esque places to go, or not city-esque places to go, but the more inner city places for deliveries, because you have charging stations basically everywhere, but for somewhere out here, you would still need some form of gas-powered thing to make it around town. So I think that's kind of a cool little thing. Electric bikes rolling around with the Amazon smile on the side of it.
Yes.
And the nice bike guy walking up to your door saying, "Here's your package."
And scooting away.
Yeah, scooting away on his bicycle. Oh, boy. Yes, it's going to be a very interesting... We're going to see some interesting things come out of this EV market, I think.
Yeah.
Especially since I saw a Cadillac for $300,000. We were talking about this in the office before we came in here. Yeah, Cadillac's making a $300,000 EV, if anyone's interested. I don't know how many they're going to make, but it's
not a bad looking.
Yeah, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Wait, I can find the story for it.
Yeah.
If I don't have to go super far.
No, it's definitely not a bad.
At this point, I'm not going to really try and find it unless I scroll past it in a second here. Yeah, no, I didn't.
Okay.
But it's definitely an interesting thing that some of these places are doing. So what else you got?
I do have, on the more movie side of all of this, the new Thor movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, surpassed Thor: Ragnarok in the box office already. $143 million in just its opening.
In its opening weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You would be right.
Yes. Because it was, but it already passed Thor: Ragnarok which had how many weeks of showtime?
I don't know. That'd be something that I think Morgan's looking up right now.
Thank you, Morgan.
As we kindly wait for Morgan to find this information.
But no, I'm very excited to see Love and Thunder.
It's no better than Top Gun Maverick running for 5-6 weeks in theaters, where a typical movie only lasts 2 or 3 sometimes. So I mean, for it going this long, it was no better. Endgame lasted for months on end. Endgame was great. Good. I will say it was awesome, but Endgame lasted for a solid month at a time. It was crazy. I remember going and seeing that movie. The theater was completely packed.
Yeah.
We had nowhere else to sit. Well, this was part 2. So this is Endgame. Or no, yeah, Endgame. I sat on the floor in the theater with my friends because all the seats because you were supposed to reserve seats and sit in those seats, but no one ever wants to sit next to other people.
Well, no.
They all separate themselves somehow. Yeah, there were no seats in the theater, so we had to sit on the floor.
Good.
It was great. Because if we would have to separate ourselves just to sit down and watch this movie.
Yeah.
Some of the Marvel stuff, it packs the theater like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. Well, we were getting streamed over stereo in the Village Market. Dang.
That's nuts.
I know. Must have got some good use out of those speakers and that watt converter then. Oh, man. I wonder how many people just stood there and listened.
And we're like,
what are they talking about? What's this rambling coming from?
Who is this? Yeah.
What's this rambling from? Yeah, I'm sure that's probably what it was. Oh, man. Kind of moving from movies, unless Morgan has the information here. No. Couldn't find anything? No. All right. That's about right. So kind of moving back onto the EV market kind of thing. So Walmart. All right. Because we kind of mentioned this a little bit ago. So Walmart is but has kind of gone into a deal with Canoe, I think that's how you say it, to purchase 4,500 electric vehicles that could be out on the streets by 2023. So you could have the Walmart bus the Walmart van rolling up to your house and it's completely silent. I mean, Walmart deliveries, they're about to catch up to Amazon like crazy. I tell you what, it's going to be great. I mean, I could see this. This coming from a mile away because everyone else is starting to jump on the whole EV delivery truck thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon's slowly getting theirs, or actually making their own. Walmart's buying some from another company. The U.S. Postal Service is slowly getting their new ones. Actually, no, they're gas powered now, aren't they? I don't remember. There's bickering back and forth. There were EV and then they were gas. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, FedEx has jumped on the wagon for EVs now. So
Ragnarok made $954 million. That's a lot more than what I said.
And how much did Endgame make? I don't know.
Wasn't it like?
It was like billion something.
It was billion.
Endgame gross. $2.5 billion.
Yikes.
In revenue from Endgame, which was what, 2018?
Was it really 2018?
Yep,
That's
2018
crazy.
was Endgame, and that ended the first Marvel the MCU in total, the first chapter of the MCU. Yeah. So, and we're slowly getting into more Doctor Strange and all that kind of stuff, which I'm excited for.
I love Doctor Strange.
I saw Multiverse of Madness, loved it.
It was a good movie. I thought
I love the Doctor Strange movies for being the trip that they are.
Yes.
I
don't know.
Beautiful movies.
It's not what I was expecting out of Multiverse. I don't know why. It's exactly, but like.
It's what you would expect, but you didn't expect it at the same time. Yeah. It's that kind of thing. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how everything kind of rolls on over into some of the movie franchises that we're moving on to now. All right. Got anything else? Because I finished talking about my Walmart EVs.
Your Walmart EV. Oh, jeez. I really don't have much else. We kind of covered all of this.
All the stuff that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. Because some of the ones that I've written here, I'm not as interested.
We went through your paper list super quick?
I'm not as interested as I was before.
I'll say, like Sean with his typed out notes. Allison actually wrote hers out on a piece of paper.
Well, if I didn't, I was going to sit there and go, well, hey, what do you want to talk about? And I was going to, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah. That's all good. That's all good. All right. I think I'm going to talk about more EV stuff. I'm going to kind of stick on the whole EV thing. Not for after this story. This is it for the EV stuff that I have. It's okay, people. You can walk away knowing that I'm not going to talk about EVs all night. But Volkswagen has announced it's going to spend $20 billion in an effort to build its own EV batteries. So they're going to start making their own, not buying them from people. I think LG makes batteries for some people. I can't remember exact manufacturers for some of the batteries, but I know like GM buys them from LG, something like that. But I can't remember. There's so many different battery makers out there. Tesla makes their own, or no, they buy theirs too. I don't remember. But at this point, this is the first car company that is going to actually invest in making their own kind of like EV batteries at this point, and putting it all to try and make it for their car and their car only, and hopefully make it somewhat awesome in the mileage that they expect. I mean, what we're getting 300 miles at best in a battery powered vehicle right now at like brand new battery out of the box, not a worn out one that probably is about 200 maybe. I don't know how much. I don't know what the fall off of some of the mileage is for that kind of stuff, but like I have not talked about those yet, but we will get to that in a small moment because I saw that on the list. I didn't know when to jump in about it because I don't know how to talk about it. That's about it. So, but I mean, I think it's definitely going to be an interesting one. I mean, they're basically turning half their factories into battery factories at this point is what it's talking about. But I mean, it's all in the rush and trying to make that 2030 deadline for some of the environmental stuff. So I think like I said, we're going to see a lot of places try to start jumping to making batteries and EV products of some kind. Let's see. We'll do one. So it's related to EVs, okay? It's more Tesla, okay? It's just Teslas can now scan for potholes and adjust the vehicle suspension to avoid damage. So like not in like a typical car where, oh no, you had a pothole, there could be damage down the road. These Teslas are supposed to be able to scan and adjust the suspension so it can take a blow from a pothole. So
I wish my car could do that.
Same. But I mean, it's going to be interesting because I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, it kind of like it's all they really say. It scans the road ahead for potholes and adjusts the suspension to account for rough roads.
Youngstown
it could.
potholes?
It might. It might not. It might actually break the sensor for how many potholes Youngstown.
Oh my goodness,
has.
Youngstown's. Yep, I can't even talk now.
I feel it.
Those are bad though.
Yeah, sometimes those are bad. There's really bad Cleveland potholes too that I've hit a few times, and I've nearly broken a wheel off a few times.
Of course.
A few of my friends actually have probably broken tires off or broken tires and wheels and things before. Potholes are not fun. I will say. I know someone that had their wheel dented because they hit a pothole at one point. It was like one of those super deep ones that you don't realize it's like super deep, and then you hit it and you're just,
it is. Yeah.
And you're hitting it at like 50, 60 miles an hour.
You're like, I could just go over it.
Yeah.
And then you
I'll just fly over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't work. Gravity don't work like
No.
that. Don't work like that at all. But I mean, it's more or less. Elon Musk has also said that it's going to be using some form of 3D labeling to create pothole maps. So we'll also make a pothole map for Tesla now, so that Tesla can probably tell the road companies to fix things, even though I don't think most road companies will anymore. Or they'll wait a long time to do so. So with that, that's going to be all my EV stuff. It's okay, guys. I'm done. It's okay. EVs are done. Car technology's over. It's okay. It's okay. You can calm down. Yeah. You made it. But we still have about 15 minutes left to stream. So if you want to pull out your phone and find some more interesting news stories, Allison, feel free to.
Or do you have something else?
Do you have something else?
I don't know how many people may be interested in
this. You had a secret one on the bottom of the page?
No, yeah, it's written in very, very fine print.
Fine print at the bottom of the page.
I am intrigued. This goes back to movies.
Okay.
Not movies, video games. I'm sorry. The creator of the Sonic Adventure games is talking about the possibility of there being a Sonic Adventure 3. I'm excited because I love the Sonic video games. I was a Sonic Generations kid as well. So that one was like my fun. And so when I heard that there's going to be another new one, I'm hoping that it's good. Because
Yes,
I'm
it
going
was
to
a
be very
bonus story.
sad if it's not. Yes, bonus story.
Bonus story.
So I'm going to be very sad if it's not good. And a little let down.
I was going to say, like, Adventure and Adventure 2 were great games for that franchise. And then, I mean, now that with the announcement of Frontiers, I don't know about that one too much.
I don't know much about that one, but Adventure 3, I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they can actually do well with that game, because that would be a game I actually sit down and finish compared to the other ones that are sitting in my current video game library, sitting there collecting dust and virtual dust as well. Yeah, I don't get a lot of time to play games anymore. I think that's just with age. I think you start slowing down. You don't have time to play that kind of stuff anymore. What platform would you play it on?
I don't know. I haven't thought that deep into it yet. I have not thought that deep into it yet. I just want to play it. That's all I know.
You just want to play it. You will go out of your way to buy whatever platform it's on.
Yeah, probably.
You would.
It depends.
Absolutely.
Actually, well.
Hold on. You have to rethink it.
Video gaming is expensive.
Well, yeah.
So, like, if it's like, oh, yeah, this is for PS5, I'm like, well, guess I can't play it.
I was going to say, I mean, the only other route you got is emulation, and that's not a very safe way to do it.
No.
At all. Oh, boy. Yeah, but I mean, would I go out of my way to emulate it or try to buy a PS5?
I would probably, if over one of the two, I would emulate it. But
it feels like the trail
to play Sonic on an Nintendo. So.
I mean, they did do that whole thing with the Wii for a few years where there was only Wii exclusive ones, and same with the Wii U. Sorry, I'm a nut for knowing what games are on what consoles and if they were exclusives or not. It's just my knowledge of things and computers. It's a twisted knot of knowledge in my head that spurts out occasionally. But I mean, Colors was a Wii exclusive when it came out. I don't remember when, but I mean, they re-released that for PC and everything else now. So I mean, it's not going to be exclusive forever. Oh well, yeah. When you're a kid of the Genesis and the NES generation, I mean that it does hit after a while. But then you realize that Nintendo has the Genesis emulator for their subscription service for $60, and then you kind of cry inside a little bit.
Wars,
the true console wars of the original. Oh, I miss those days when there was actual console wars and not just, hey, look, game is only on this console. Oh, hey, game is only on this console. I mean, that's what it was originally, but this one's more like, hey, eventually this game will come to this console too. Just wait.
Nowadays. It's more like a patience game.
Yes, the turbo graphics. Oof. Yes. I go up and just look at game stores just to see what retro consoles they have, and say I wish I was alive at that generation, but then realize that they were like $1,000 at one point, like the Virtual Boy, their first VR headset game set in a long time, that was red and made a lot of kids puke because of the motion sickness that they got from that headset. Oh man. I mean, kind of going from graphics to more graphics. Dare I say, fellow PC enthusiasts and gamers, the GPU shortage is over. Woo! Sort of. Kind of talking about that. They are now within reach. They are out of scalper hands. They're being more mass produced than before. Again, sort of, depending on where you can get them. Because like if you try to buy them from certain places, they are resellers that kind of jump in after the stock runs out at like Amazon or Newegg or something like that. So you still have to kind of watch. But I mean, there's also the whole crypto crash and all that kind of stuff, and people are getting rid of graphics cards for the heck of it because they're not making money from crypto anymore. Which that's a whole other story, probably for the next one. But at this point, graphics cards are now in reach. So if people ever want to actually do PC gaming, I know Allison's been looking for a graphics card for some point in time now. And now that some of those things are kind of in reach in some price range.
Yes.
It's getting there. Oh boy.
It's not cheap no matter what, shortage or not.
Yep.
But it's better than it was.
I will say it's definitely better than it was. You don't have to buy a laptop to get a graphics card anymore.
Yeah.
Because I did that just for that one time. I should have never done it.
Yeah.
Hate to say it. I should have never done it. But at this point, I mean, it's great to see cards actually getting to the hands of gamers and things that actually want to use them for what they're meant to do, and for businesses that use it for, video production and else. It's actually nice to see some of those cards actually start getting into hands of actual people and not scalpers.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's going to be good, hopefully. I mean, there's
crossing fingers,
already talking about new generations of things, especially now that everyone's getting their hands back on them again. So we'll see how this whole GPU sale curve goes and all that other stuff. But I mean, it's time. It's time to actually play games at what they're meant to be played with. So
I'm excited.
Yes. Well, you're excited because you can actually start to play games.
Yes, and not
and
have
other things now, and
not have like 2 frames per second.
Yes.
So.
Oh man. All right, now it's time to go through some articles that I can quickly find if I can. Yeah. If you don't have any more on your thing over there.
I don't think so.
Yeah, mine I'm scrolling through. I'm going to probably find just more video games than anything.
Yeah. I mean, on the topic.
Oh wait, here's the drones that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's called Alphabet Wings. It's working on larger drones that can handle heavier deliveries. So are we talking like? Okay, it's talking about like a food bag size or like a grocery bag size of cargo. Is what it looks like to me. But these look like little what you would call like a bomber in World War II. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, if you look at these, like if you don't mind like swapping the camera over real quick, but like it's comparing it to a car versus the largest model to the mid-size model to the smallest model.
Yep.
This thing looks like a bomber from World War II, and that's awesome.
It's wonderful. Love the design.
It's beautiful. So let's see. The flagship drone is designed to handle payloads up to 2.5 pounds. The smaller drone is designed to carry prescription medicine weighing up to 0.6 pounds. So that's the smallest one. So I'm guessing the flagship one would be the largest one, right? I would think.
Probably.
That's what I would typically understand. So 2.5 pounds, what would that be able to carry? That's still not a lot, but drone delivery limited to smaller towns.
You can get like a plushie.
Yeah, you could do that. Let's see. Planes like ours, typically that stuff should be about 25% of the mass of the plane, is what it says. But there's another company called Elroy Air is working on a drone that is the size of a small plane and can handle up to 700 pounds of cargo with a range of 300 miles.
Airdrop of hundreds of plushies.
It's just, I just
you look
imagine.
Up and there it is.
I just imagine that one scene from
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Well, that or Polar Express, where there's the airship carrying the gifts in, and it's just like that big, like gift sack.
Yeah.
And it just drops the plushies as it's going over, whatever city or town. There's
Grubhub, yeah.
Grubhub's talking about it too. They're talking about using drones and things for that too.
I mean, as long as I get my food, I don't think that would.
As long as it ain't cold.
That, and as long as it's not a mess.
Yeah, or it doesn't get hit by a bird.
Ew.
Come in my house.
Yeah.
Or it's like it's slowly starting to land and the hook like for the bag just breaks and it just right on the ground.
Splat.
Yeah, that too. Especially around here, seagulls could grab anything out of that bag or rip the bag open.
Or just take the drone.
Yeah, that's too. I mean, at this point, with that kind of stuff, anything's possible at this point. But I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these drones can stay afloat, especially even with, and especially how they're going to figure out, like how they're going to figure out 2.5 pounds is going to carry carry much. I mean, they're only saying that small one can only carry about 0.6 pounds. So
an eagle eating your burger? Yeah, I would be really upset with that eagle. That's not very patriotic of him, you know.
You're just waiting for your airdrop in like a national park. You just see the eagle come out, swoop the bag from the drone.
Well, my house where it's located, there's like a dead tree with an eagle's nest in it, so I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think I'd be shocked, but I wouldn't be happy either.
I paid this much for this food. I want it back.
It's like, how do you prove that you know, like
insurance? I mean, you can buy insurance for anything at this point nowadays.
Yeah, get food insurance for your air deliveries.
I'm sure they'll have a subscription service for Grubhub or DoorDash that says we'll cover your drone food if it gets stolen by an animal or something. Yeah. Or if the drone collapses out of the sky or hits a tree.
Like drone incidents.
Yeah, there'll be a drone incidents like insurance fee or something that will cover your food if it gets caught in a tree. But it won't be delivered by another drone. It'll be delivered by car.
Yeah.
Insurance,
you know,
to make sure that there's no more insurance purposes happening. Yeah, it will definitely be an interesting one because especially since drones are slowly but surely getting larger in size and they're carrying larger loads to give to people. I can't wait to be sitting on a porch waiting for like a 20-pound package to come from drone and not by a delivery truck. It'll be an interesting day, yeah. Or one of those delivery drones falls and like right on the street, and I'm just like, okay.
And it's like the car comes.
Yeah, it's just like a car that knows every location of the drone, and it's just a guy driving around like every day. Just like, I gotta grab the drone.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes left. What can we talk about with 2 minutes left?
Well, So recently, Netflix has had to hike its prices, which a lot of people
drone
are
pirates.
unhappy about. But they have now added an option where you can have an ad-supported program.
Oh.
And so there's a cheaper option now.
That's.
Was Morgan's mic off?
Yeah.
It was unmuted. Well, that's good.
Morgan, you should repeat yourself.
Repeat what you said.
Okay. Well, Netflix has had to hike its prices to cover, because it started making originals, and to cover that price, they've raised the regular ones. But now there's an ad-supported program, so you can have cheaper Netflix.
Nice.
I mean, it's kind of similar to what I would consider like Hulu. Mm-hmm. Like Hulu, you pay for the cheaper version, but you have ads in front of it still, which is fine sometimes. But then you pay. Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're watching a movie and an ad pops up, then
that's annoying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if you're watching like a typical like what would air on TV kind of thing, that makes sense because it fits into that whatever you're watching. But I mean, I have a lot of subscriptions, but I don't know if I would allow, and if I had Netflix before the whole like I'm gonna bring in ads thing from Netflix, I don't know if I would pay lower for it or not.
Morgan speaks from the beyond.
Yes, Morgan does speak from the beyond, where Colt used to speak from the beyond.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know if I would still save. I don't know if I would. I mean, I guess depending on how I was budgeting for the month, maybe. Maybe. But if I'm so used to Netflix, I don't think I'd be dropping the whole
the main reason that I liked Netflix for me was because it had Criminal Minds, and then they took it off, and I didn't even get to season 4. So I'm a little sad about that, and there's no reason for me to be on Netflix anymore. But you can always find Minecraft Story Mode, the interactive movie.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, it is now 8 o'clock, so this is where we kind of wrap it up for tonight. I thank you for watching and hope to see you at the next one.
Bye-bye.